All right, here's an example that I'm going to do of an abstract one. So an abstract final piece. We start off every project the same way. So we fold our paper both ways. And I'm going to use this green to cut my design out, and it'll be glued down on that white paper. So I'm going through, I folded my first one into two squares. I'm going to do the same thing with my white paper. So my white paper and my green paper are both getting folded top to bottom and side to side. I can set my white one aside for right now because that's my background. And now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut up the long way. So you can see side to side, this is the short way. I'm going to cut my paper the long way. The best that I can, take some time, focus on your cut. Okay, so I've got 1/2, which is really all I need. So if I make mistakes, I've got a second piece of paper. We're gonna take and I'm gonna make a design. So it's gonna start and end on this long edge. And this is just gonna be an abstract shape. So I'm just gonna start and I'm gonna draw just some fun lines that kind of just keep flowing. And they start and end on the same edge. I'm not gonna make them too small, so I'm not gonna get these lines too close together, but I'm just gonna let the shape of the line, it's gonna decide what these green or white spaces showing through look like. So I have my parts. Here's a really easy way to know how to glue your parts. So I'm gonna start on my middle piece. I'm gonna put an arrow up and an X. So this is the side that's gonna get the glue. I'm gonna skip this one for right now. And this is my up, and that's my X. So every other. So this one I'm gonna take and I'm gonna flip over. I'll put an up sign and an X. That's gonna get the glue. Same thing with my last piece. So you're noticing it's going every other. So an up sign, so I know which way's to the top of the paper, and an X. I'm gonna set these aside, these 3 pieces to start. I'm gonna work with my biggest one and then work my way down to the smallest one. So I'll bring back my white piece of paper with my fold lines. This piece that has the X and the arrow is gonna help me. The arrow goes up. I've got my glue stick. Go around that outside and I can put a couple lines in the middle. And now I'm going to start at the top of my page, line it up on this inside fold so it's right on that fold as perfectly as I can get it. Same thing with this bottom. Come down, get it lined up, gently press down, and work from bottom to top. It pulled it away from my line a little bit, so I'm just gonna peel it up. The glue's still not sticking, so it's not stuck down perfectly yet, so I can move it a little bit and make sure it's where I want it. If anything, make sure there's extra on the top edge and not on that fold line. Okay, so it's perfectly lined up top to bottom. So I'm ready for my next piece. So I'm gonna bring it out And if you looked at yesterday's video, if I line it up, that's the side that gets the glue. I already have my mark because I did that while I was cutting it. So I'm gonna line it up on that fold line. That's the most crucial part. So I'm lining it right up on that fold. I'm gonna bring this bottom down. I'm gonna get that lined right up in that fold. It's touching the tips of those green sections from the other side. And even my fold will line up on that edge. I'm gonna take my third piece. I'm gonna set it in position, which shows me the side that needs to be glued and the direction. Flip it over. It's touching the green. It's on the fold. Touching the green, on the fold. And my last piece. With these marks, it's pretty easy. Put it in position. Line it up. It's touching tip to tip where it's going. Gently rubbing it down. And I've created a beautiful abstract negative and positive cutout. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and I can't wait to see your finals.